Hello, hello, hello. Hi there. Welcome to spending quality time with your girl, Eposi Ziton. Now let's get started. Today I'm going to be talking about sibling rivalry. I did a segment on favoritism that was throwing a little bit of light on some of the issues that bring about sibling rivalry. You know, when we talk about sibling rivalry, it's a very touchy subject on the fact that people from the same parents, be it have siblings or siblings with the same mom and the same dad, we have seen a lot of sibling rivalry in the world of today, where kids just have some kind of competitive tendency or some kind of feeling of one feeling not being good enough or one feeling rejected by family members or by one another. So today, that's a crucial topic because sometimes people even feel that energy when it really doesn't exist. You know, and when you start feeling that kind of energy, you start building walls that kind of try to help you in adjusting with that kind of negative energy that is coming your way. You know, siblings, when they are growing up, sometimes you see that whole fussy thing. And when I was growing up as a child, they always say kids that are followers, they always have that kind of pressure on the other, or they tend to fight a lot. And as they grow older, they become best of friends. They start doing great. They start loving each other, being there for support and everything. But sometimes you just find it in some families or some households where two siblings always feel like they are in some kind of a war. They are always competing. They are always trying to prove themselves to one another. And that's a terrible feeling to have in your immediate space, which is your household. As siblings, we should love each other. We should be as thick as thieves. We should be in a way that nobody can come through us and break us. Nobody can even side with us and have a favor. We should be strong where we are each other's keeper, where we care for one another, almost like we care for ourselves. You know, when you as an individual don't have that, it's so lacking and you feel so empty. For those who are single kids who don't have siblings, that's a different story. You know, they kind of sit sometimes and say, oh, I wish I had a sibling. But when they hear stories of rivalry, then they say, you know what, thank God I'm an only child, because I don't have to deal with all this energy that is put forth by kids that are supposed to be from the same parents. Sibling rivalry has resulted to deaths. It has resulted to destruction, resulted to competition that has only brought the worst in families. Every family, it's a family because it's members that has some kind of connection, some kind of kinship that come together and say we are a family. But when there's so much sibling rivalry, there's something that goes on that is like people picking sides. People of like extended family members trying to pick sides and say, I'm with this one because this one's story is more convincing, this one tends to make more sense, this one is more financially comfortable, this one is more physically there when you need them. But we as family members, we should work on not helping to increase sibling rivalry. We should instead be there to say, no, this is odd. How can both of you come from the same parents and you're fighting? You know, you guys have to do better. You guys have to instead love one another. That's what we as extended family members should do when we smell or see any kind of sibling rivalry. But like I said in my other segments, the world loves juicy situations. People feed on people's negative energy. So sometimes outsiders, be it friends, be it extended family members, they come in to take sides in sibling rivalry just to increase the tension because they're enjoying the fights. They're enjoying the whole juiciness of how this whole rivalry is going about. We as individuals, we should be able to recognize the fact that people are not coming to our defense sometimes because they like us or because they're trying to help us. They like the fact that we are from the same womb and we're not getting along, or we are half siblings, because we can either share a dad or a mom and we're not getting along. People love that kind of energy. You know, they make you think, I got you, I got your back. But at the end of the day, no, they don't. They don't. A lot of times, if they did, they will be there to try to fix your problem so you guys can be better for one another. And as parents, let's not be building creating the atmosphere for sibling rivalry. A lot of times we do it without even knowing, because we start favoring one child and make that child get so much of our love and make the other child feel so needy and so empty, where they now start hating the other child. You know, they hate their own sister or their own brother because they think, well, I'm the one that mom and dad don't even pay attention to. All their love and attention is on her because she's the better one. She's the successful one. She's the most beautiful, the most trustful one. You know, they just start feeling like they don't have a place in the family. Parents, let's try everything we can to make our kids to have that bond, to love each other in a way that nobody can go through them and create more enmity. And as siblings, let's try by all means to also feel the plight of the one that is feeling like an outsider. If you recognize or you notice that you have a sibling that is feeling like they don't belong, you need to come closer to them and figure what it is. And if it's something that they need to fix, maybe because their character, I mean, every individual is different. Like I've always said, human beings are different. No two people are the same. No situation is a one-size-fits-all. So if you have a family member, a sister or a brother that you realize that they're just so distant, it's your place to say, can we talk? What's going on? Are you all right? Because maybe it's the energy that they're getting from you that is making them feel distant. It's your place to have that conversation with them, and you guys can agree to agree or agree to disagree, but be in a good place where you can have each other's back. And a lot of times, for those who are financially very comfortable, please don't use money. Money cannot buy love. Don't use money to think that you have to look down on your sibling because they were not blessed. They were not lucky enough, you know, to be where you are. Because I've heard people make statements, oh, we all had the opportunity, but they just did not use it. Yeah, we get it. People are different. People's characteristics are different. Some people don't have that energy to be a go-getter. Well, it's a limitation. It's not a good thing, but that's just the way they are. So what you can do is to encourage them, empower them, tell them, give them tools, give them financial support if you are able to, so they can be able to pick up themselves and be able to do for themselves. Ask them questions like, what is your goal in 10 years? How do you want to see yourself in 10 years? How better do you think you want to be in 10 years? Okay, can I assist you? How can I help you so you can get there? And some people too are just, I'll use the word unlucky, because we've seen people who have tried, who have worked so hard, but no matter how much hard they work, very little come out of their hard work. So if you have a sibling that has been through that, all you need to do is to give them support. Because everybody is good at something. You will be so surprised that even that sibling of yours that you think is good for nothing, there will be something family-wise that they will be able to contribute that you realize that you were not able to do, even though they don't have the ability in terms of finances, but they have maybe the physical know-how to do something that you couldn't do. So they are also playing a role in the family setup. Everybody has a role to play in life. Everybody has a role to play in society. But sometimes we push people so far back that they are even scared of being a contributor. They are even doubting their own abilities because of how much we've put them down. Let's be able to make our fellow siblings to know that everybody is good enough. Everybody is good in something. Each and every one of us has an ability that we can each benefit from. If you are the one that have all the money and there's a family function coming up, it's okay for you to talk to your sibling and say, you know what, you are the man on the ground. You are the one that maybe you're the people person. Go ahead, do the coordinating. Give me ideas and I'll finance it. Yeah, I've heard people say, oh, you know what, sometimes they want to run with the idea and do a little too much when they don't have the money to fuel it. It's your place to explain to them how much you're able to give for that particular endeavor. Tell them, I have so X amount of money for this project. So while you're doing your PR, you're going around, talking to people, know that that's the only money that I have to give to fuel this particular function. You will be surprised how giving them that trust, giving them that ability to make them know that they're able to support, they will go a long way to give or to bring an input to that particular activity. Siblings. If you have a sibling that is always the needy one, some people are just like that. Whatever you can do to empower them, if you feel like it's just a weakness that they can fix, go ahead and do that. But if it's something that you know they are just stuck, that's just where they are, do in your own little might, in your own little way. Sometimes, yeah, we have people that just don't appreciate. I mean, human beings are different. Characters are different. If you have a sibling that just doesn't appreciate no matter how much you've done for them, just do your part. Do what you can. You know, that's all you can do. You can only do what you can. But you can live with yourself and say, I know I did my best. And they too, they have a conscience. No matter how much they put out there, and people might be judging because of maybe the image that they're putting out there, they know. They probably know in their hearts how much you've gone out of your way for them. And in their deepest hearts, they know how much you've done. And God, the supreme being that we all know, brought us here on earth. Know you've done your part. Know you've done your job. But I've also seen cases where some people say, you know what, because they are the richest man in the family, they like to be the one at the top, so they don't want to better nobody. You know, people come for them for help, for assistance. They're going to just look down on them and don't want to help nobody because they love that energy of feeling like I'm the one in control. Everybody runs to me. Without me, nothing else is going to happen. You know, if you are that person that have that kind of energy, you need to pray a lot. You need to beg God to come into you so you can be able to know that one-eyed giant in the country of the blind is terrible. You know, it's good to have other hands that can help you, where you guys can work together and reduce the workload. You know, it's terrible, even if you're the one who is rich in the family, for all the money to be coming from one source. It don't matter how full that source is. It becomes overburdening. It feels good when you empower your other family members to a point where, you know, as siblings, when there's a problem, everybody can go into their little source and pull something out. Again, because maybe you help them to get to where they are. Let's not use that old school mentality of saying, oh, we all had the same opportunity. If they didn't use it, that's their problem. I'm not going to be the one sheltering everybody and feeding into everybody's energy. Help them. And also, while helping them, open their eyes so they can see where they did not take advantage of the opportunities. And they can now see how they can use it for their own betterment to improve on who they are and where they are at that point in their life. Because when you are the one-eyed giant, ask yourself, what if you fall? How are you going to be raised up? Who is going to help you? Sometimes people fall so hard that they don't even have nothing to help themselves to get up. They need the other people that they had empowered now to help them get up. So please, sibling rivalry is a very terrible problem. Because I've seen people even go to siblings to hurt other siblings. Why will you let that happen? You know, there's no way you should leave an outsider come right into the midst of your family circle and destroy it and give you ideas and give you suggestions that will only destroy your relationships. It's okay to have people that you can go to and say, this is what I'm going through with my sibling, can you help me? But you can be able to understand where their energy is coming from. You know, from the way they're going to talk to you, you will know if they are trying to help or they're trying to destroy. And if they're trying to destroy, those are not the people you want to go back to. Because as siblings, you should be as thick as thieves. You should be so close that nobody can go through you guys to cause any kind of destruction. And you should be the one where each and every one, you both can rely on each other. You both can rely on each other. And you are able to help the other when they're making bad decisions or making mistakes. Sibling rivalry is something that, as a people, we should work on. It don't matter if it's your husband. If you have a husband or a wife who is telling you, oh, you don't need your sibling, oh, you're better off without her, oh, you can live without her. Ask yourself, before I met you, who did I know first? You know? Yeah, there are times when your significant other is trying to open your eyes to something that your sibling is doing wrong. But they should be able to open your eyes in terms of helping, in terms of bringing suggestions on how you can get better. But not bringing ideas of how you guys can instead be apart. That is not the role that they should play. So when you get that kind of energy from maybe your significant other or from your friend, trying to only say things that can mar your relationship with your sibling, that's the time to ask yourself, is this the right person around me? And it's okay to tell them, I didn't expect you to be the one to be telling me things that are going to destroy my relationship with my sibling. I thought you were going to instead be instrumental to assist me so I can be in a better place with my siblings. Please, let's not allow anybody to come between us as siblings. Sibling rivalry is a very, very serious issue in our world of today. It has resulted to deaths, and let's be very careful that we don't bring that into our families. I love you guys. It was a pleasure spending quality time with you all. Have a wonderful day, and bye for now. Bye for now. Bye for now.